us, how did you feel overall about your day today?
I feel
Aside
good.
from the result of the...
Yeah, I was about to say, obviously, a win overrides everything, my job was to just eliminate number 4 when I was on them. I feel like, I strapped them, so we got to win.
Ultimately, what do you think the difference was today? Both you take the turnovers, but from your vantage point, what do you think was the difference today?
Like, why we didn't win? Can't tell you right now. I would have to watch the tape. But obviously, I feel like offense did a pretty good job. They put up 30-something points, week 1. And the reality is, us as a defense, the guys that have been here, we ain't really used to that. Offense putting that many points up. So, us as a defense, we got to just compliment the offense when they doing certain things. They not always going to put points up every single drive. And when they don't put points up on a certain series, that's when we got to step up and go on the field, getting 3 and out, or something like that, or a turnover or something like that. So, yeah.
They had a lot of chunk plays through the air. Anything specific stood out to you on some of them?
No, I got to watch the tape because I just got to watch the tape. I don't know which ones. I don't know how they happened just yet. So, once I watch the tape, once we all just watch the tape, then we'll know and we'll correct it.
The Metcalf catch on that last drive where it hit his hands, went up in the air, and he somehow caught it. I mean, when a play like that happens, and then they end up, that play was, maybe they don't get that play, they don't get in field goal range. I
I was pissed because, when you're a competitor and you got a job to, travel with somebody, you don't want them to catch the ball at all. So, it just so happened that was his only catch, and it just so happened that was the catch to get them closer to, field goal range and stuff like that. So, I didn't like it. Yeah.
I saw us with Rodgers having the 4 touchdowns, even though you had a good game. Is that a little disappointing from a secondary standpoint?
It's not even just a Rodgers thing. It's quarterback in general. You say he had 4 throwing touchdowns? Yeah. Yeah, that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Us as a defense, we got to just be better. And, I feel like we all accountable. So once we watch the tape, it's going to be a good conversation, good back and forth. And we're going to clean it up. But, us as a back end, we don't want that to happen. And we can't just let that happen.
You guys have had, obviously, in your time here, a lot of situations where you didn't have that kind of support from the offense.
Exactly.
Can you talk about a little bit, how do you kind of frame that moving forward?
Yeah, man. Obviously, we don't like moral victories. So, I'm a sore loser. Because moral victories, that, breed losing. You know what I'm saying? For them to put that many points up, that's impressive. It's not surprising at all. Like I said, we just got to compliment. We got to compliment them more on defense. I feel like we did a lot of good things out there on defense, but obviously, we don't want to get that many points up. And I'm sure even the Steelers, their defense saying the same thing. Even though the outcome was different for them. So no defense want to get that many points up.
So this is the last one here. This is probably going to be repetitive, so I apologize. You obviously traveled with DK the entire game. I think that's the first time you've done that from wire to wire. What's that like going up against the number 1, and how do you feel that strategy works?
I liked it. I'm a competitor, so our coaching staff is pretty much full of guys that played in the league, so it's no surprise. I feel like anytime I was on him, he know what it is. He was trying to be physical after the play and stuff like that, but he had a catch on me, and that's a huge deal for me because when it came, it was towards the end of the game, and no matter how it happened, that got them closer to field goal range. So, we just got to be better as a team, and it's those type of close games, we just got to be able to finish on the other side.
Not being able to get the job done. The small details, like Coach AG always preach, man. We got to do the right things right and delete the wrong things out of our DNA and out of our standard and out of our culture. And that's the things that we got to kind of go to the drawing board and delete. All the negative things, all the small details that we didn't execute on, we got to get that completed, deleted. We did some good things today, but ultimately to be the team that we want to be and the team we're capable of being, we got to delete those small things that ultimately help win football games. So.
How'd you feel about the pass rush overall, getting after Rodgers?
I think we did some good things. We got Jermaine Johnson, who's a phenomenal player. He's back healthy. We got Will McDonald, I feel like is an all-pro caliber player. Harrison Phillips is another phenomenal player than myself. We definitely did some good things, but like I said, we got a lot of details we got to clean up so we can be able to make game-changing plays, create more turnovers, and do the things that we know we can do as a defensive front. And it's week one. We just scratching the surface. We got to go watch the film and build on the details. So.
Knowing that you still have some film to watch and review the game, what are some of the things that you think just instinctually might be things you'll want to work on?
I got to go watch the film and really see. I'm kind of like fogged out right now, but definitely going to go watching the film and look and just pinpoint and really home in on the details and the small things that we got to delete out of our DNA as a defensive line room, as a defense, and make sure we go in the right direction to be the team that we want to be.
When you look back at some of those drives they had, is there anything specific that you felt like you guys didn't do well enough defensively?
I have to watch the film. And I can let you know later on.
A lot of times when a team shuts down the run the way you guys did today, the other team's offense is out of whack. But I guess with Rodgers, you could stop the run, but they could still beat you in so many different ways.
Yep.
So, I mean, because the run defense was something you guys said you wanted to improve.
Yep.
Do you feel it improved today, and how did it impact the game?
I definitely think we did a lot of good stuff today, and I definitely think we got to go to the drawing board and to the film and make sure we get the small details, even in the run game, knocked out of our skin. Cause I feel like we got a dominant defense, and we got definitely a dominant defensive line, and we don't want nothing to slip through the crack, and we want to be able to dot our I's and cross our T's all the way across the board. So it's definitely an opportunity to get better and learn from the good things, and also get better at the things that we know we need to close games and win football games. So.
Take a couple more. Things like the sack early in terms of setting the tone from the jump.
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah. How important was it that the early sack, things like that, setting the tone early in a matchup like this?
It's important all the way around the board just to make game-changing plays for this defense and for this team. I feel like we can make more game-changing plays, like turnovers and different things like that, and affecting the quarterback even more. And that's where we got to go look at the film and find out when we can take our shot, what we can do better to make those game-changing plays, and also how can we make game-changing plays that eventually win football games and end games. So,
just to go through the last drive, Pittsburgh's last drive there. Was tatted off the field, and how surprising was it to see the 60-yard field goal go through?
Man, really I can just sum up the whole thing. For real, I can't really go through plays and stuff like that. But the biggest thing, bro, just being at your best when your best is required. Then it's one of those things where you playing a good team. We are a good team. We got to be disciplined and play together and just finish.
How did you feel the defense played as a whole?
Stop the run. We had a couple of blown coverages and stuff, something that we can work off on and stuff. So biggest thing with that, just getting to the film, coming on one accord, so we all speaking the same language, seeing the same things and stuff. But for the most part, we got something to build off of.
Aaron, when we were talking to AG a few minutes ago, we were talking about the penalties, the discipline type penalties.
Yeah, I had one of those. Some of those are more like hustle penalties. Some of those penalties where you just got to call it off. My penalty was one of those ones I got to call it off. I got to learn from that. I was in pursuit. Didn't really know how to measure how far the sideline was or anything like that. So I consider one of those hustle plays, but me being me, I can't have those because I feel like it was one of those things where I put them in field goal position or put them in a position to score. So I got to learn from that also.
How do you learn from that when so much of what you guys are doing out there is, acting on instinct?
You just got to be better, really. You just got to know where you're at on the field, and then also you got to read the running back too, though. So if he's letting up going toward the sideline, you also got to let up too, though. So that's kind of like one of those things. Or you can have some of those situations where not last game, but the Chiefs game this past time with the Chargers, the defensive players were letting up. Patrick Mahomes made it look like he was letting up, but then he leaned into him. So you also have those little moments where you're like, all right, is he going to get out of bounds or is he going to try to run me over? So, like I said, you just got to be better with it. It's nothing else. Like, I can't be like, I didn't know he was going to do it. It's one of those things, like, you just got to be better at it. Like, don't get ran over, though.
Did Rodgers say anything to you?
Yeah, he's cool. We spoke before the game, then spoke after the game. It's one of those things. He was like, we got a good team. Chopped it up, but everything was love.
What were your impressions of how he looked out there?
What'd you say?
What were your impressions of how Rodgers played?
How he played?
Yeah.
He played good. That was a good team. That's all I got to say about that.